Khristina Williams, welcome to the WNBA on NBC. We are in Los Angeles here for NBA All-Star Weekend, but there was some news around the WNBA. Well, really, Team USA. So we're going to talk about it because the Team USA qualifying roster was named, and I kind of like it. I like the roster for the qualifying, the team that's going to qualify for the qualifier. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that I agree. I love the roster. I think that there's a lot of depth in the players that were chosen. You have the veterans, the OGs who have that experience, but then you have some of the younger players, Caitlin Clark, Paige Bueckers, Angel Reese, Kiki Iriefin. So I think you have a good mixture of players that will lead Team USA in San Juan, Puerto Rico next month for the qualifiers. And this is a very important tournament because it determines who goes to the World Cup in September. And so I think that they have a great list of players. And I know fans, they had some controversial takes over the roster. This isn't the Olympic roster for 28. Just to remind y'all, players are still very much auditioning for that team. And so that's why you see a variety of players who have Team USA experience, players who have won gold medals, players who have FIBA experience, right? So it's a great mixture so that Sue Bird and the coaches can get a good look at these players with players who've won the gold medal, who've been to the Olympics and have that experience. So I'm so excited to see them play in the qualifiers.
Yeah, the Young and Turk crew sort of headline this roster. They're getting a lot of attention, and so that's the younger players. And a lot of them, it's going to be their senior team debut, right? And so you have Paige Bueckers, you have Sony, you have Kiki Iriefin, as you mentioned already, Caitlin Clark, of course, and Angel Reese. Paige, Angel, and Caitlin obviously probably being like the biggest names on there. But what a year it's been for Sonia Citron and Kiki, right? Like, I don't know that people expected them to have the rookie seasons that they did. They were all stars. Both of them are playing and shining and unrivaled in the offseason. And then they also make the team USA qualifying roster for Puerto Rico.
Yeah, I mean, they had a stellar rookie season, definitely laid out their resume. I think the future is bright and their ceiling is really high when it comes to what these two players are able to do. I think that the Mystics got lucky in being able to get these two players on the roster, but I'm super excited to see this duo, as you said, the young and turnt. I'm also excited to see Aaliyah Boston. Now, I know you didn't mention her, but this is going to be her first senior team appearance as well. And I remember a couple of years ago seeing her with the vets in Vegas during training camp for Tokyo. And she didn't make the team, but she kept grinding it out. So I'm excited to see players like Aaliyah Boston get her turn and being part of the senior group as well.
Yeah, I mean, Aaliyah had an amazing season last year. And she's right now playing like at an MVP level and unrivaled. I get that that's 3-on-3, but she really is playing some amazing basketball right now. And so I expect that to continue into next season. But for sure, it's she's looked great, and I think has really set herself up nicely for this team and potentially for the Olympic roster, the five by five team. So we'll see. And then, of course, Paige Bueckers had an amazing rookie season. She continues to play amazing now at Unrivaled. And so, Caitlin Clark, unfortunately, was injured most of the last season. So this is going to be great for her. People are ready to see her take the court again and watch her play. She was obviously very missed, being the name that she is. And Angel Reese, she was just so happy to be a part of the team. Her last season ended in injury. Her last two seasons have ended in injury. So she just had a big day overall. When the roster was named, and we'll talk about her a little bit more. But yeah, I mean, it was exciting, and it was good to, they were all excited when the announcement came out, and so that was good to see. I like this. You pointed out that this is just the qualifying roster. So this is not the final roster. We did hear that Brianna Stewart is going to join the team a little before they're in Puerto Rico for, is it another training camp?
They usually do, different training camps leading up to the qualifiers. So if she is going to be present, I think that they need that veteran experience, someone who's been there before, someone who knows what it takes to win. FIBA is a different style of basketball than the WNBA. I think fans don't know that. It's a different set of rules. And so some of these young intern players on the team, they're going to need to adjust, right? It's going to be a huge adjustment to their game. It's going to be playing different roles from your WNBA team. And I think that what I like about this roster and what separates Team USA from the entire world is the depth. That is our strength. I'm saying we, but I'm from the USA, y'all. that is the strength that they have when they're competing on the international, on the global stage. And so having a player like Stewie come in and sort of be there getting reps with them, I think is super important.
And now what purpose does this serve? Because technically USA is already qualified. So it's a qualifier, but they're already qualified because of they won in the past. So what is this going to do for them, even though they have technically already qualified?
Well, one, it gives them the experience and chemistry to go out there and play because you have this competition in San Juan. You have the WNBA season. You'll have maybe some training camps that are leading up to September, but the USA players, they don't get a lot of time to really be together and practice because of the off-season opportunities, because of the WNBA season in the summer, whereas other teams around the world, they train and practice together all the time, but also on the group stages, right? And I think that it just goes to show like the different stages and like brackets or grouping. So that's what you get from playing these games in this tournament. You sort of logistical, if you want to say in that sense.
Okay. And we also learned that Natalie Nakase is going to be joining as an assistant coach to Carol Lawson's staff. So she'll be there along with Nate Tibbetts and I'm sorry, the Indiana Fever head coach,
Steph White.
Sorry, Steph. I obviously know who you are. My bad. Chalk it up to travel. It was a travel day today, and Khristina and I both traveled to Los Angeles today, and
we're tired. Y'all.
Yes, so we're coming off of like East Coast time, and we still have a long night ahead of us. So
but going back to the coaching, I think that Carol Lawson, obviously she knows these players from college, from also coaching, the junior teams as well. But also it helps to have, that experience, right? Coach of the year now in the Casa. You have Stephanie White, who's played in the W, who's played before. All of these different coaches with different experience who have the chemistry with the player. I think is going to be important because the coaching staff is just as important as the roster on the team. Jose Fernandez has been named a scout as well, newly named Dallas Wings head coach. So I like the coaching group as well.
I do. I really like the Nakase edition, especially coming off of what she did with the Valkyries this season. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm excited.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind being in Puerto Rico too while they're playing.
Me too. I love San Juan. I love Puerto Rico.
Yeah,
Puerto Rico.
Old San Juan is my spot.
Yeah, I know all the spots. Spent a lot of time there, but no, I'm excited for this roster. I'm excited to see the young interns. I think especially when you think about the future in 28, obviously the Olympics, right? Obviously this is a tester. But you see these young players like Angel Reese, Aaliyah Boston, and then some of the older players who probably won't be there in 28, the Brittany Griner. So you need to figure out the identity, I guess, of USA basketball. What does it look like moving forward post Brittany Griner, post Super, post all of these players, right? You have your star players in Asia Wilson and Brianna Stewart who will be there, but it's sort of a changing of the guard, right? For the next generation of USA basketball, next iteration of it. And so this is the first step, I think, in making that all happen.
And just to clarify, Khristina, so this team, that's the qualifier team.
Yes.
If we don't see certain people here, that doesn't mean that they still won't be on the Olympic roster, right?
Yeah, no. I think in 2022, the team that went to the FIBA qualifiers, of that 12, only 4 made the Olympic team. And that in the next year. So like I said, this is just as much as an audition as the training camp is, to get the chemistry, the reps, just to get out there. There's a lot that goes into constructing a roster, and this is for the 28 Olympic Supers, the first ever person to be in a position to construct the roster. Before there was a committee, and now Subert has this job, and so there's gonna be a lot to look at. So if you don't see your favorite player on the final team in 28, they still have a chance to make it. There's a hierarchy, obviously. We saw in the last Olympics. You got to put in the work, honestly. Like, there is a whole system and structure to making the FIBA roster, the qualifiers, making the USA basketball roster. There's a system in place. And so these players know, they respect the system of USA basketball, and they've been putting in the work. They wouldn't be in the training camp. They wouldn't participate if they didn't believe in it. And so I'm excited for the next generation, the next iteration of USA basketball, but I'm also excited to see some of the OGs return as well.
Right. I mean, some people don't love the politics of Team USA, so we can keep it real. There has been some controversy in the past, but it is what it is. There's politics in everything. So it is what it is, but I am excited to watch them play as well. Khristina, thank you so much for joining me today. Really appreciate your insight as always. And guys, stay tuned. We will continue to keep you covered on this. So make sure you are subscribed to the WNBA on NBC. Make sure you tune in, and so you can get more updates on the roster, and also so you can subscribe to our YouTube channel so you do not miss out. And our YouTube channel is the WNBA on NBC. Subscribe. Thank you so much.